If you love Indian food but still buy your basic Indian spice powders from the store, this video might change your mind. Today I'm going to show you how to make 3 of the most useful masalas in an Indian kitchen: coriander powder, cumin powder, and garam masala. Let's start with coriander powder. I'm taking 1 cup of coriander seeds and roasting them in a dry pan over very low heat. When I moved to the USA, I remember hearing the term curry powder and wondering what exactly is curry powder. Because growing up in India, I'd never really used curry powder in my everyday cooking. Indian cooking usually relies on individual spices and spice blends, and different dishes and different households can use them in a very different way. Let coriander seeds cool completely before grinding. If you grind the spices while they are still warm, the heat and moisture can affect the texture of the powder and can also reduce how well it keeps over the time. I like to store it in an airtight container, and for maximum freshness, you can keep it refrigerated. For cumin powder, we are going to follow exactly the same process. Roast the cumin seeds over low heat, stirring continuously until they are crisp and aromatic. Let them cool completely, then grind them into a fine powder. Fresh cumin powder is perfect for dal, curries, vegetable dishes, raita, and so many Indian recipes. And now for my favorite garam masala. For the whole spices, I'm using 5 to 6 bay leaf, half nutmeg, 1 big tablespoon cloves, half teaspoon black stone flour, 8 to 10 cardamom, 2 mace, 2 star anise, 4 1-inch cinnamon stick, 2 tablespoon black pepper kernels. And for the main base, I am using 1 cup coriander seeds, half cup cumin seeds, 1/4 cup fennel seeds. First, I am roasting coriander, cumin, and fennel seeds together over low heat. Garam masala is usually added towards the end of the cooking and gives Indian curries that beautiful warm aroma. And the best part is, every family can have their own recipe. This is my mom's recipe, and I'm really happy to share it with you. I'll roast the remaining whole spices separately, except nutmeg. Once they are crisp and aromatic, I'll transfer them to a plate to cool. Once everything has cooled completely, I'll grate in half a nutmeg and grind everything together into a fine powder. And that's my family's garam masala. And because this particular blend isn't extremely strong, I can often skip adding separate coriander and cumin powder. Now here is something important if you are new to Indian cooking. There isn't one universal formula for an Indian curry. A very common gravy starts with onion and tomato along with turmeric, red chilli powder, coriander powder, cumin powder and garam masala. But the proportions and spice blends can vary a lot from one household to another. Some families make a very strong garam masala and use it mainly as a finishing recipe. In that case, coriander and cumin powder are still important for building the flavor of the gravy. And that's why I think understanding these basic masalas is more useful than simply memorizing a recipe. Check description for more information on red chilli powder, and I'll see you in the next one.